Hello everyone, and welcome to the first Hills Academy nightly news show. My name is Caleb, and this is your best source of news and updates on all things at Hills Academy. Although this school year has started off a little bit odd from the virus, we have managed to keep a safe environment at the school for all the students, and our virtual learning is going very well. Since we're not able to have speakers come to the school and speak directly, we came up with an inventive solution to use the video club to bring them to the school virtually. Our first interview for Men Building Men was Dr. Ovid Barrow. Let's take a look.
Is there anything that you will want young men like me and any other person that is struggling to encourage yourself? Do you have anything that you would say to encourage them?
Yeah, I want to, I do talks and I like to talk to young folks, and I try to tell them about birth and creation, and that you are special, you're chosen. Any other way of the way you're created, you would not have existed. So you're here for a reason. There's a purpose. Try to find your purpose. What is my goal? What's my purpose? Why do I exist? I think you need to start doing introspection. Start thinking about things that you do, where you are. How can I start projecting? Where will I be in 5 years? Where will I be in 10 years? Will I have a family? Start thinking about these things. What I've done different models and challenging myself and asking myself questions. I have moved all the way to my final stage in life, which is death. And for me, I said, how do I want to be remembered? Therefore, if I want to be remembered this way, then I need to do these things in order for me to get here. So I tell young men, have a vision, have a positive vision. There are going to be challenges. You don't quit on the first challenge or bump that you encounter. Find another way how you do it, how you're going to get it done. Many of our scientists, they have tried the first time and they did not succeed. They have now learned how not to fail that route, so you can use another route. Persistence, perseverance, humility, and a willingness to learn is going to take you a long way. I reared two sons. Well, I call one of my cousins my son. But my oldest son is 38. He made it all the way to the league. And again, because I told him education is more important than anything else you can get, the league is a vicious sport. So when he got let go, he was still able to continue to work as an engineer, electrical engineer. So it's very, very important that we have that mentorship, whether it's coming from a parent in the house. And I never grew up with a father. My father, I've seen my father maybe 10 times in my whole life. He's now expired. He died at the age of 86. But I didn't have the love. I've never hugged a man where, hey, you know what? This is love coming from a heart. I've never been through that. It was always my mom, and I grew up in rough places. From moving from Guyana, from Charleston, I moved to East New York and Brooklyn. That was not a piece of cake at all. So you had to learn challenge. You had to know when to, turn around and move back, step back. You had to know when to step up to defend yourself, because it's not always when you tuck your tail between your legs, folks will leave you alone. So it was all of that, facing all of that and still wanting to do better is what drove me to where I am.
If you would like to see the rest of the interview, please check it out on our YouTube channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Each month at Hills Academy, we like to take a moment to appreciate the students that truly excelled. From our King Christian Academy for high schoolers, the King of the Month is Jamal Rogers.
My name is Jamal Hakeem Rogers. I consider myself a veteran at Hills Academy because I enrolled when they first opened up. Now I am a senior. As a student here, I am taught not to only be a good man, but a godly man. Hills Academy has given me opportunities to be a leader, participate in community service projects, and live up to my full potential. I'm surrounded by positive males who look just like me. This has made a big difference in how I see myself and what I can accomplish. I am currently the president of Hills Academy Interact Club and have logged the most community service in my school. I will be the first student to graduate from Hills Academy and I'm very excited. In my spare time, I love to read and work out. I love to read so that my mind can travel even when my body cannot. It has opened up my mind to obtaining more knowledge. I am ready to show the world all my skills that I have learned and become the good man that I was always created to be.
And for our middle school students, the Knight of the Month is Calvin Ammons.
Hi, I'm Calvin Ammons. I'd like to thank all of y'all for selecting me Knight of the Month. I've attended Hills Academy for 4 years and it's the best school ever. My favorite subjects are social studies and science. I like playing video games, I like to play with Legos, and I also like to do a lot of other stuff like going outside and sitting out with friends, and I also like to have fun. I would like to take a moment to ask all of you who can to not forget to vote. Thank you again, and I will see you real soon.
Congratulations, Jamal and Calvin. And thank you, Calvin, for that important message to get out and vote if you haven't already. Later on, we have another fantastic interview with Mr. Moses Kabia, the chairman of the board of Hills Academy. But first, let's go over to Isaiah with an update on sports.
Hello, I'm Isaiah Brown from Hills Academy News. I'm here with Miss Hilburn in the basketball tryouts. So, Mr. Hilburn, how does it feel the tryouts are going?
Well, I'm kind of nervous, Isaiah. It's like the first time I've had tryouts, but I'm excited because it's something new, and I love sports, so I love coaching, so it's just fun and new and exciting and nervous all at the same time.
Well, Mr. Hilburn, do you play basketball at school?
All the time, and I always win too. I want to let everybody know that. But yes, I like basketball for exercise. I also like it for building team camaraderie and leadership skills. Yeah.
And what plans do you have this season?
Well, Isaiah, to be honest, I plan to win every game, but I don't know. We just plan to have a good team that goes out and competes and has a lot of fun.
Yeah. And what is your goals here for today?
My goals are to put Hills Academy on the map. My goals are to help our young men be able to compete at a higher level and to help improve their fundamentals and just help them become better overall basketball players and men.
And there you have it, folks. Isaiah Brown is signing off. That's the news now everyone knows.
Earlier in the month, we had basketball tryouts, and the teams have been practicing ever since. Let's see how things are going. We have our first game coming up on November 6th, so stay tuned for an update on that. Up next, we have Mr. Moses Kabia, who is also a Vice President branch leader at Truist Bank, who sat down with our video club for an interview.
I was born and raised in Sierra Leone in West Africa. Let me go back a little bit. I lost both parents my mom when I was 7, my dad when I was 1. Ended up in an orphanage, grew up in an orphanage. And I would say through hard work and a few other things, with God's guidance, I was able to get a full scholarship to come to college in the U.S. I went to Butler University in Indianapolis. My degree is in international management. It was a double major, international management and marketing, and a minor in French. Graduated from Butler and did my master's at the IU, Indiana University. I started working for Target. I worked for Target for about 7 years and moved down to Atlanta from Indiana. Then at some point I decided I wanted to get into the financial industry, so I started looking for a job and I got hired by Bank of America. I worked for Bank of America as a branch leader for 15 years. Then eventually transitioned to Truist. It was BB&T, now it's going to become Truist. I've been working for them for 3 years and as a branch leader.
What do you do with Hills Academy?
I'm on, the first time I met Brian and Brian told me about Hills Academy, I was very impressed with what he was doing with the students and what you students were doing. So I decided I wanted to contribute something to Hills Academy. And when he decided to form a board, I was nominated to be the board chair. And I have been the board chair, about 6 months now, since we started the board. And I just motivate the team on the board to make sure we're raising funds for Hills Academy, just sharing the message about Hills Academy. And that's my most passion. Anytime I can talk to somebody about the school, I'm talking about Hills Academy. So really my primary job is to make sure the good things that you guys are doing at Hills Academy is known to the rest of the world. Actually, the way I made it over here is an interesting story. Like I mentioned, I'd lost my parents at an early age, grew up in an orphanage. Me and my brother, I have 2 brothers. I'm the youngest of 3, and my oldest brother was too old to come to the orphanage, so he took care of himself, and me and my older brother ended up in the orphanage. So we spent most of our life in the orphanage, went to different grade schools, then high school. I traveled to the capital city of Sierra Leone, which is Freetown, and we were just hanging out, and this gentleman came and started talking to us and said they're looking for bright students to start a school in Ghana. Ghana is another country in West Africa. And I decided to volunteer, not because I was excited about school. I have never flown before, so I just wanted to fly. And I knew I was going to get in an airplane and fly. And we took an entrance exam, and I passed. And still at that point, I was only excited to fly. That was it. So finally got to Ghana, and this started, it's an international school. We actually did the international baccalaureate. And we were the first, I was one of the first 5 students in the school in Ghana. So the school is now about 30 years old. That gives you my age a little bit. The school was great, and they said the first 20 students in the school, as long as you do well in your international baccalaureate, you get a full scholarship to any college in the U.S. But I was so naive, and we didn't have much education about the U.S. besides what we see in movies and music videos. So there was nobody to really guide us to say, okay, you got full scholarship and you're doing well in class, you could choose all these good schools.
Thank you both, Dr. Barrow and Mr. Kabia, for your time and for sharing some of your experiences and insight with us. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel for the full interview. And please remember to like and subscribe. And finally, for the night a brief message from the headmaster, Brian Hilburn.
Hello, everybody. Welcome again. I thank you so much. I would just like to shout out all of our people who donated towards Hills Academy's 40 for 40. We're getting excited. We're about to break ground on the area where we'll have 2 basketball courts and an outdoor classroom right here at Hills Academy in Conyers, Georgia. Behind us is the area that we're going to put the 2 basketball goal courts. And I'm just excited that you guys have donated. Guys, you've done an awesome job. I just got a quote from removing some trees, and we're gonna get out here and start with the demo. So guys, keep us posted, keep us in your prayers, and we thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We at Hills Academy Nightly News hope you have enjoyed our program, and stay tuned for more videos coming up. Have a great night.